Salutations all, and welcome to Basic Public Speaking. This is the video lesson for speaking online. So there's going to be, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. It's really just a recap of the Word documents, PowerPoint presentations, and the publisher PDFs that are on Blackboard as well. So let's just discuss online presentation. This is a prepared speech it's a prepared speech, podcast, or video that is broadcast on a computing device. So that's pretty straightforward. We've had online presentations and online communication for, years, decades now. But really speaking online has become super prevalent, in the last decade, and even more so in the last 5 years. Think prior to the pandemic and then post-pandemic communication. I say that because we really utilized online communication. And we do it daily. It could be in the form of FaceTiming someone or a video message. But when we were in the pandemic, schools went to online. So there were times that perhaps you were in a course that had to meet in a Google Classroom or Zoom or whatever platform was chosen for the technology. Some classes were set up live that way. And this is kind of rolling us into the part of the discussion of online versus face-to-face. Now, but like I said, it's become prevalent. And now a lot of interviews are done via electronically, be it a Zoom or a Team Meet or Google. Again, there's multiple platforms that you can choose from when you are speaking, when you're doing lives. And social media platforms also have live, like there's Facebook Live. You can go live on TikTok. There's Instagram Reels and stuff. And we'll talk about that too, online communication in time or previously recorded situation. But let's talk about online versus face-to-face. So face-to-face is just that. It's in-person, face-to-face communication. This could just be you chatting with someone, or it could be, think of commencement speeches while you're in a graduation, wedding, whatever the case may be. It's physical face-to-face. And when it comes to online speaking, most of the lessons that we've learned in public speaking also apply to online speaking. The basics, the communication style and all this and stuff. But with online communication, we have a wider flexibility for ourselves and for our audience. So, one, we can reach more. And with online communication versus face-to-face, if you're in a forum setting, visibility can be difficult unless you have a projector or a screen behind you. People in the back audience may not see you as well. But with online, you're up front and center. Alright, so let's keep on. If you see me look down, my textbook and all my notes are in front of me. But, and I've said this before in videos, when it comes to online presentations, your biggest obstacle or hindrance or whatever's going to get in your way is going to be technology failure. And, technology is a blessing and a curse in the sense when you really need it to work to do something, it's not going to do it. So with that being said, it's always good to have backup. If you are going live, do you have this previously recorded? Is there a backup way to communicate with your group or whomever you're talking to? If you're in a meeting, if you're face-to-face, is there a backup? Like say you're doing Skype or you're doing a Google Meet. If you lose connection or if there's a glitch, do you have backup in the sense of a conference call or a telephone line instead, or direct messaging? That's what we're talking about here. Always have a backup. And when we talk about audience and all that, it's also good to know what you're going into. when you're doing online, it's good to also understand that there could be, you know, glitches. And sometimes audio and visual don't match up if it's like a previous recorded or if it's being sent. I'm sure you've watched like a television show or something on YouTube and there's been a lag or a glitch and the vocals you're hearing doesn't match up to the movement of the mouth. You know, and it could be the person streaming it itself, could be the company, you know, multiple reasons. Now, also when it comes to online versus face-to-face, online we get more visual aid on connection with your audience because you can see your audience. Are they bored? Are they tired? Are they getting it? Are they not getting it? You don't really get that in online speaking because unless it's live, it's really hard to see. And when it's also live, sometimes it's not set up that you can see everyone else, but they can see you type situation. I know some classrooms were set up that way that they didn't see all of the students, but they just saw like little bitty thumbnail pics. So in that case, the speaker may seem stiff or wooden or just not, I'm going to say vibrant. And I mean this in the sense that they just seem kind of one-sided because you're not getting that live audience feed. So, you know, it's being mindful, okay, I'm being recorded. I need to make sure that I have variety in my vocal tones. Or that I am using my hands or not using my hands, depending on the situation, that I am allowed, that the lighting is good. Lighting comes into play when you do online speaking, just like it does in face-to-face. I said vocal variety. There are actors that are known to be very monotone. One level, one tone, all the time. Vocal variety is being able to high, low, high, low, high, low. Not purposely like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, that's a very exaggerated example, but you see what I'm going with here. And also, moving into eye contact. You know, when you're doing face-to-face, eye contact is a little bit easier in the sense that you can physically see them. And if you're in a public speaking forum, it's scanning the room, making those connections. When it comes to electronic mediated online communication, it's making sure that you're facing your camera, that you're not over here and talking and giving, because you're not seeing anything. Again, an exaggerated example. Or you're constantly looking down. Like if you're FaceTiming someone or you're doing and they're just not looking at you, you're not getting that connection with the eye. So you have to really make sure that you're presenting yourself to the camera so you can create that connection. Now let's talk about the different types of online presentations. There's synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous, this takes time. This takes place in real time. So this is FaceTime, Skype, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, whatever the case may be here. Or you know, lives on social medias, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I'm not sure if I don't have Snapchat, so I'm not really sure on it. But this is what's happening in real time. And if you're doing real time, you know, making sure technology do you have a secure internet connection? Do you have, is there a time lapse? Like if it's happening with the vocals and your audio and your visual, are they syncing up? You know, is there a lag? Those type of things happen with and it's making sure everyone's accounted for, like if it's a meeting or whatnot, and microphones on, microphones off, this or that, whatnot, And then asynchronous is previously, it's written and pre-recorded before it reaches an audience. So this class, we are asynchronous because you record videos for me, I record videos for you. We don't do live classrooms in this course. And for me, I do that for a specific reason. I understand and try to respect that I am not the only class that you are in. You have my class, other courses, and you have lives outside of school. Whether it be jobs, extracurricular activities, family time, or, I also want to respect the fact that there are times that you just need to have mental health and chill. So I choose not to battle everyone's schedule and pick a specific time, like, okay, everybody, you need to log onto your computers and you need to register into this class at 5 o'clock on Tuesdays. I don't do that because it's crazy. I understand, and and that's a choice that I make for my course. Now, I discussed pandemic world. Like I said a few years ago, we were in the thick of online school, NTI and all that. So perhaps you had to log on to a class at a specific time to meet. My kids, the Waldlings, were just in kindergarten and first grade when they were in the year that we were thick of NTI. So my son had to log on to class at a specific time in the morning to meet with his teacher within the rest of the class. They would do and go over a little thing here and there, and then she would schedule a time and do one-on-one with them throughout the week. And sometimes they got to meet face-to-face, but this was online. So we only had to do that. I don't know how intense the schedule was for middle school and high schoolers and post-high schoolers for courses like that. And then my daughters also had to do the login time sporadically. But it was just once a day type situation for them. So, again, that was synchronous and asynchronous. And synchronous is in real time, so that's Skype, FaceTime, Lives, Google Meets, Google Classrooms, Microsoft Teams, anything streaming, video conferencing, all that. And then asynchronous is previously recorded before it goes to an audience. So those are like videos that you would upload to YouTube and even social media. You can post videos and reels and little things, but this is all stuff that can be recorded, edited, and then submitted or put out in the world, which is awesome as well. Webinars also fall under the synchronous because they happen in real time, and chat and lives do this too, but there's chat boxes so you can discuss, like you can type out questions, and then the person who's giving the presentation or hosting the event or the live can respond verbally to the questions being asked via text. And they also talk about screencasting, and screencasting is just, you can put things on your lap, like your desktop, and others can watch it. So it's kind of like presenting a slideshow as well. And asynchronous, we talked about this previous course, so this is like videos and podcast and vodcast, and just little snippet videos that happen up, like I said, social media, YouTube, all that. Usually have previous course. They have lives as well, but you kind of get the idea here. I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm looking to make sure if any of this needs to be discussed. When you are doing online presentations, like in this course or any other part of the world, because like I said, it's more prominent now. Online communication and presentations are just, it's the way we're moving technology-wise. So who knows where we'll be 10 years from now when it comes to technology and presentations. I'm sure it will be much, much more than what it is already. But things to be kind of mindful of when you're doing online presentations is lighting. So if you're doing a video conference or even recording stuff, whatever it be, synchronous or asynchronous presentations, your lighting. When I'm inside, I make sure that I have lighting everywhere so that you can visibly see, because sometimes it can be very dark. You want to make sure there's good lighting so your audience, whomever you're reaching out to, can see you and understand. Also, the color. I say that because sometimes we may record in different tones, and and then also, kind of a bad example today because my shirt's busy, but it's part of the presentation situation here. Backgrounds. Some people choose to have like solid backgrounds, and it could be the logo of a business or a school or whatever the case. I usually like to do mine outside. Sometimes though I'm inside and I pick a specific spot, so you usually will see behind me my house if I'm inside. Composition, movement, all that falls into how you present yourself, the flow of your video. And if it's an asynchronous, you can really work on that in editing apps, and we've talked about that later. And then sound, really be making aware of background noise. If you are in a home setting, you know, is there a lot of things going on in the background? Is the TV on? Is the washing machine, or is the dryer on? Is there noise like kids or cats or family or a ruckus, whatever, you know, where you are, it's just being aware of what's going on. All that comes into play. So when you're going to record, you know, check your lighting, check the background, check the color, check your, you know, I always joke, because I teach mainly online. I said, I just have to look presentable from about the neck up, is my joke. But and I'm sure you've seen videos where people will joke and like they got their business start on, but they got on pajama pants. It's really making sure you're put together, that the part of you that is seen on the video is put together, and that you're presenting yourself in a way. Sorry, I just picked up my phone, so my camera just went a little crazy. That you're seeing, because there's a big difference from me being way back here and then being up close so you see my face. And I talk with my hands. I have to be mindful. I know I've said that numerous times in videos. I have to be mindful of my hand usage and my finger usage. Anyway, these are just things to keep in your mind when it comes to video recording. Like I said, if you're recording in your bedroom for this class, make sure you're lighting. I can see what's going on, you know. And it's also, if you're in a business or more formal setting, make sure you don't have offensive stuff in the background, you know, or on your body that's displayed widely, you know. It's same as, you know, think of it going, if you're doing it face to face, what is seen, what are you putting out there? All right, so lighting, sound, movement, all that comes into play. Background noise, Synchronous is happening in real time. Asynchronous is a previously recorded before it hits the world situation. And that's really what I want you to take away with online speaking. And it's so much more prevalent now than what it was 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, really the last 5 years. We had obviously online communication and presentations before, because the technology was there and created. We FaceTime, you video message people, you watch videos on YouTube, you watch, you know, social media's ever evolving apps and what can be done on apps, all that. So, and it will just continue to expand and grow. And then, you know, if the pandemic taught us anything, is that so much can be done online. So again, it's ever evolving and ever changing. Anyway, folks, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.